Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on Chinese Zodiac and Horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a reading for you guys born in the year of the horse. So welcome back, my pony pals. How are we doing? Let's find out, my bucking Broncos. And see how we're doing. If I can keep hold of the cards, of course. As I always say, you know, as a reminder, I do this with my eyes closed. It's a very difficult process. Let's stop about there. I'm going to take that one from the bottom, that one from the middle, that one from the top. What have we got? Okay, so we're going to start off with the two negatives and we're moving into a positive. So we could be a little bit optimistic, I suppose, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's rein it in a little bit. Whoa, horsies. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Black isn't always an attack. White isn't always alright. It all depends on the compatibility on the other side of the cards. What have we got? Not a bad card. It's not a bad card. It's in the negative, but it's not a bad card. The horse and the sheep are very compatible. They go together incredibly well. In fact, they're on the same line of the soul path line, which means this is a bit of a cock up. You might be feeling like something's gone incredibly wrong, disastrous, and maybe just a little bit, you know, tragic. But that is all an over-exaggeration. I'm not going to piss on your parade or burst your bubble, or at least that's not my intention. But what you're perceiving as this volcanic eruption could essentially just be a couple of fireworks. And you might be overreacting with how you're responding or how you're actually reacting to it. And that's not to say that it isn't justified or it isn't, you know, with good reason. It's more, you might just want to slow it down a little bit. Slow it down a bit. Because there's nothing to say that there's, you know, that you're wrong and that you're not right in what you're thinking or why you want to do what you're doing. It's just, it could backfire. That's not to say it will, but it could backfire. This sheep is a very touchy one. It's a very touchy one, and if there's a explosion to be had, it's going to be when you least expect it. It's going to be when everything is going calm. It won't happen in the chaos. And right now, while you're in this place of chaos, or what you perceive as chaos, it won't happen here. So, in reality, the danger of which you are looking out for right now isn't going to present itself while you're looking for it, if that makes sense. But it's good. It is good because that sheep's got your back. It's looking after you here. It's looking after you. It's saying that this could be a bit of an adjustment. This could be something that you need to get used to. It is just something that you might just have to accept it is what it is. Because it's not as colossal or as a big of a problem or as an issue as much as you think it is. You could be basing this around your own fears or your own worries or your own kind of experiences, and it may not actually be what the reality is. I don't mean to laugh. It's not funny. That's not good. That's not good. Well, it's not necessarily like, well, what am I saying? Talking to horse people, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. This isn't good. The rat is your conflict card. It is the opposite of yourself. Everybody has a conflict card, and this is yours. So we are looking at conflict, and you feel there is conflict, or you're looking for conflict. As I say, it's almost like you're looking to start a fight because you believe that there's going to be one. It's like you're the instigator in this, or an antagonizer. And I'm not sure why you would do that. As I say, I'm not saying it's not justified. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, you shouldn't go out. I suppose I kind of can't condone it. But I'm not saying that, you know, what you're doing is wrong if you're going out looking for a fight. But I don't mean like as in maybe a actual fisticuffs fight. I'm more, you're looking out for this conflict. You're looking out for this eruption. You're looking out for this thing. But as I say, the more you look out for it, the worse it's going to get. Because you're going to get more frustrated and agitated and paranoid. And it's not going to come. It's not going to happen. Because it's not going to show itself while you're looking for it. It will happen when you least expect it. If it happens at all, it might not even happen. It's just not going to happen now. And this rat being that sort of family-orientated card, it could have something to do with your family. It could have something to do with like a family member, someone that's quite close to you. And it's almost like you're worried about them, or you're worried that they're going to get into trouble. They're going to get lost. They're going to wander off, and they're going to get into a whole predicament of issues. It's almost like when your child leaves, I don't know, the house for the first time and moves away or goes traveling or goes to uni or whatever, and you're just worried and worried and worried all the time because you've got all these thoughts of what's going to happen. But most of that is just all in your head. It's not a bad thing. Like I say, there's reasons for it. That's your child. You justify it because you love them, of course. But that's no reason to sort of like follow them around or put trackers in their car or wrap them up in bubble wrap, you know. Moving into this positive. Oh, I wish it got better for you. To be fair, it does get better for you because you can't get any worse than the black rat. But the snake, again, isn't your most compatible. But it is in the white, so I suppose realistically we can take that as an optimistic side of things out of all of this. You know, see the brighter side. That you are going to learn something from this or gain experience from this. Like, I'm not going to say this in a way, well, I hope I'm not going to say this in a way that's going to offend you, but it's going to prove you wrong. Something's going to prove you wrong. Because you're going to, this whole thing, like you're worrying, I don't know, about whatever's going to happen. And you think, well, it's bound to happen. And I know it's going to happen. I just have a feeling it's going to happen. And then it doesn't happen. You're going to get proven wrong. But in a good way, because being proven wrong means the explosion didn't happen. You see? So this is why it's good to be wrong. So in essence, you want to be wrong. Does that make sense? Because if you're wrong, the ship doesn't sink. If you're wrong in your suspicion and your prediction, the world doesn't end. If you're right, then we're all fucked, basically. But you want to be wrong in this. And I think that, as I say, it is a build-up of your own fears or kind of your justified reasonings behind things, why you're worrying, why you have these causeful concerns. But give it time, because you don't want to end up pushing this family member away. You don't want to argue with this, because this is a conflict. It's almost like you're going to fall out with someone, fall out with a brother or sister, fall out with your mum, or fall out with your, you know, it could even be, you know, somebody that's not family, but who you see as family, a very close friend, or an intimate kind, not intimate as in romantic so much, but more like a more, you know, people that come round all the time and you see them all the time and your kids call them auntie or uncle or whatever. Those type of people. It could be somebody like that. But it's going to be good to be proven wrong in this. You don't want to end up pushing that person away or upsetting that person so much. So take your time with this, have some patience, and hopefully you will be proven wrong. But we'll find out, won't we, next week when we come back and do another reading for you guys born in the year of the horse. My next reading will be for those born in the year of the sheep. So if you are interested in what those guys are up to, I will see you in that video next. If not, no worries. I'll just see you next week when we come back for you guys. Thanks for watching. Love and peace.